with linear equation. Linear equation, we've looked at three conditions. We said the first condition says that we should have two variables. So the first condition says two variables, okay? And the second condition says the exponent of the variable should be what? 1. Exponent 1. Positive 1 in that case, positive 1. And the last condition says the variables must not be a denominator. The variables must not be a denominator. Not be a denominator, okay? The variables must not be a denominator. So these are the three conditions to determine whether a given equation is a linear equation with two variables or not. So today we are going to look at when you are given an equation. For instance, when you are given equation like 3x minus y is equal to, let's say, 10, okay? 3x minus y is equal to 10. This is a system of linear equation because we have two variables, which are x and y. X and y. And the exponent of these are what? 1 and 1, positive ones. And we don't have a fraction, so the third condition doesn't count here. So this is a perfect example of what? System of linear equation with two variables. Today, what you're going to do is, when you're given the equation like this, you will be given one of the variables and you'll be tasked to solve for the other variable. So for instance, if you're asked to find the value of, find the value of x, given that 1, y is equal to minus 2. Number 2, y is equal to positive 5. Okay, so let's say this is question A. Now let's look at question B. Question B, the same equation. Find the value of y, given that x, number 1, x is equal to minus 2. Number 2, x is equal to positive 5. Now, we are going to look at two ways of solving these questions. Now, the first way to solve this question is, let's try the first question, question A. Let's try. We have a question like this, and we're asked to solve for the value of y, the value of x, given y to be equal to what? Minus 2. First of all, let's say method 1. Method 1. And we're going to solve method 2. After that, we choose 1 and we use it to solve the problems. Okay, now this is what we have. Let's write equation and substitute y value into y in the equation. So we are going to write when y is equal to minus 2, the equation is going to look like this. 3x minus 2 is equal to positive 10, okay? Because we have y to be minus y is equal to 10, and giving y to be equal to what? Minus 2, we are going to have it this way. So now let's expand the bracket. 3x minus 2 will be what? Plus 2 is equal to 10. And after that, we are going to get 3x, let's group like terms. 3x on this side and all the numbers on the right side. 10 minus 2. And we are going to get 3x is equal to what? 8. And at the end, we find x by dividing both sides by 3. So we are going to get x is equal to 8 divided by 3. Or this can give us 2 whole number, 2 over 3. Is that okay? All right. Now this is method 1. Now let's look at method 2. After that, we choose 1 to solve the rest of the question. Method 2 says that Since we are given the value of y, then let's find x in the equation. So we are going to solve for x in the equation. And given the equation to be 3x minus y is equal to 10. Let's find x, since we are given the values of what? Y. So let's solve for x. How do you solve for x? We write x on the left side and y and other numbers on the right side. So we are going to have 3x is equal to 10 plus y. Is that okay? 3x is equal to 10 plus y. Then we divide both sides by what? Positive 3 in order to get x. So this one divided by 3, the whole of this divided by 3. This cancel this, and you're going to have x is equal to 10 plus y divided by what? 3. Finish. Now that you have the equation in favor of x, then we write the values. When y is equal to minus 2, that is the first question, number 1, right? When x is y is equal to minus 2. So we are going to substitute. We are going to get x is equal to 10 minus 2, 10 plus minus 2 divided by 3. And we are going to get 10 minus 2 divided by 3, and we get 8 divided by 3, or 2 whole number, 2 divided by 3. All right, so this is method 1 and method 2. Whichever that you use, you are supposed to get the same answer. So which method should we use, method 1 or method 2? Let's ask about 3 people. Method 1 or method 2? Method 1 or method 2? Chayut, number 1. Chayut, method 1 or method 2?
Method 1.
Okay. Windy, method 1 or method 2?
2.
And the last person is Cyrus. Cyrus, method 1 or method 2? Cyrus?
Yes, teacher.
1 or method 2?
2.
Method 2, right? All right, so we go with method 2. Now let's solve the second part of the question, which says y is equal to what? 5. So when y is equal to 5, we are going to have, already we know x to be, so y, when y is equal to positive 5, we are going to get x to be equal to 10 plus positive 5 divided by 3. I am writing 5 into brackets, whether it is positive or negative, to indicate that we are substituting, okay? We are replacing it. All right, now let's simplify it. We are going to have 10 plus 5 is what? 15 divided by 3. And at the end, we get what? 5. So x is equal to 5. That is how we are going to solve for what? Question 1. When we are given one equation and a variable for one of the numbers for the one variable, and we are asked to find the other variable. Please, is that okay? Now let's solve this question. The same equation. What is the equation? The equation is what? Let me write the equation here. 3x minus y is equal to 10. Now let's solve this one too. So you are going to have, since we are using method 2, please, even though we are going to use method 2, you should also know how to use what? Method 1. Okay? So method 2 says that since we are given these numbers, and these numbers is odd, x numbers. If you are given x numbers, it means you have to find y in the equation. If you are giving y numbers, it means you have to find x in the equation. And now that we are giving x numbers, let's find y in the equation. So we are going to write the equation as 3x minus y is equal to 10. And let's find y. Finding y simply means writing y at the left side. So we are going to have minus y is equal to 10 minus 3x. Okay? And 10 minus 3x, since we are looking for just y, but not minus y, we multiply or we divide both sides by what? -1. And at the end, we are going to get y, positive y is equal to -10. If you are multiplying through by -1, -10 plus 3x. And we can also write this one as y is equal to 3x minus 10. Please, is that okay? It's the same. Just try to rearrange the terms. All right. Now let's solve for our x, number 1 and number 2. When x is equal to -2, what do we get? We are going to get y is equal to 3 minus 2 minus 10. And then we get -6 minus 10 will be -16. So y is equal to -16. Also, when x is equal to 5, we are going to get y to be equal to 3, 5 minus 10. And at the end, 3 times 5 is what? 15 minus 10. And you're going to get y to be equal to +5. Right. So that is all. And if you want to use the method 1 to also solve this one. Now let's try to use method 1 to solve this question. What is the equation? Let me write the equation first. The equation is 3x minus y is equal to 10. Okay. Now let's try to use method 1 to solve this question. With method 1, we are saying that when x is equal to -2, okay, just put when x is equal to -2, you're going to get 3 minus 2 minus y is equal to 10. Then expand the bracket and find y. 3 times -2 is what? -6 minus y is equal to 10. Let's group like terms. All the variables on the left side, all the numbers on the right side. Okay, so we are going to have -y is equal to 10 plus 6. Because 6 is negative on the left side. When we bring it to the right side, it becomes what? Positive. So we are going to have -y is equal to 16. And then at the end, we divide or multiply both sides by -1. And we're going to have y is equal to -16. Right. And the second part says that when x is equal to 5, when x is equal to 5. How do we solve it? Using method 1. Just substitute it in the original equation. So we're going to have 3, 5 minus y is equal to 10. After that, we will look at the importance of equation 1, method 1 and method 2, okay? 3 times 5 is what? 15 minus y is equal to 10. Now let's find y. -y is equal to 10 minus 15. So we simplify. -y is equal to 10 minus 15 is what? -5. Multiply or divide both sides by -1. And at the end, we are going to get y is equal to +5. So you realize that when we use method 1, we got y to be equal to 15, -16, and this one to method 2 to y is equal to -16. Y is equal to 5, y is equal to 5. Whichever way, you get the same answer. But let's look at this. When you are using method 1 or method 2, you are supposed to change the original equation from this side, this angle, to this one, okay? Now, the disadvantage or the reason why I would like you to choose method 1 is when you change this equation from this to this equation and you get this equation wrong, okay, it means all your answers will be wrong. If you get this equation wrong, all the answers will be wrong. But if you are using equation method 1, which is this one, because you are substituting it in the original equation, which is this one, if you get one question wrong, you can get the second question correct. So with the first method, you can still get some of them correct. And with the second method, when you make a mistake, you get 0 score. So please, if you choose method 1, know how to use it very well. If you choose method 2, know how to use it also very well. Is that okay?